clap. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Wherever you are, whatever time zone you're in, you're here with me, Sasha Mariposa, Managing Editor from the Philippines, and this is the Green Park Forward podcast, Beyond the Work. So I think this is our third episode. By now, you already know our company, Green Park Content. We're a performance-driven content agency. We want to know, what is a Green Parker without the Green Park? Who are we when we're not running after deadlines or making proposals or managing social media campaigns? What happens after hours? I have no idea, but I'm here to find out. Stay after hours with Beyond the Work. For this episode, I am extremely excited to introduce our first guest. She is one of my first friends here, the first person who welcomed me in Green Park Content. She was also my former line manager, my first line manager, in fact. So, in short, she broke all of my Green Park Content virginity, and she is one of the busiest, sweetest, happiest people in Green Park Content and outside of it. So, let's give a cheers to Ninda Aldila!
Yay! Thank you, Sasha. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me here. First guest. That's amazing.
Yes, and then no one better, because I know how busy you are in and outside Green Park Content. First, let's get people to know you. Can you talk about your Green Park Content work?
Okay. So, before that, hi, my name is Ninda, and I'm the Asia Pacific Managing Editor. So, as when I said Asia Pacific, I covered like all territory previously, but now I'm more focused into Indonesia. So yeah, like Sasha said, maybe I'm one of the busiest person, but I think it's the same busy as you, Sash. So yeah.
Now that we know how busy you are, and I know you're even busier outside Green Park, you have so many extracurricular activities. You are that student, you are that Hermione in the group. So can you run me through everything you do outside Green Park?
Well, if I can do it in priority, actually, yeah, family business always come first, but now I have like someone else handling it. So other than that, I have online creative learning platform called Homebody Asia. The last thing is the community called Future Female. So it's basically female entrepreneurs community based in South Africa, and now I'm the ambassador for the Jakarta chapter. Yeah.
But I think my question would be, do they require like a lot of work, like physically or emotionally? Because I'm just wondering how you're able to do all of that, right? I mean,
Mm.
how?
So, well, luckily I can do all of my other project outside Green Park job. So I always do that on the weekend after working hours. So yeah, because in my business also I have like my partner. So she handle like more into more execution and more like a day-to-day activity. I'm more into like supervision. So yeah, that's good. Future Female a bit busy because I'm new. I'm their new ambassador, so I'm still like handling like a couple of events, and we will have like event next week with Pinterest, so that's good.
So Ninda, you used to be an editor, right? I mean, you're still an editor now, but you actually came from a magazine background. But
Yeah.
you mentioned earlier that you were in digital marketing. Can you give us the chronology of all of these interests?
Like you said, I was coming from journalistic background. I was in a lifestyle magazine for like around 5 years, 6 years, and then well, at that time, I realized that I have to be relevant. So, with all due respect for all the print journalism until now, but yeah, I need to like stay relevant, and then I need to challenge myself to have like more skill. So that's why I was joining like one startup. It's called Alo Doctor at that time. So yeah, it's more into digital marketing. So after that, I was joining a lot of e-commerce. So yeah, like the unique thing is I'm more into the performance when I was joining the digital marketing. So it's like a data number, SEO, and then how I have my interest in business because previously,
Yeah.
you know, when we were younger.
We're not old.
Younger, I say. Yeah. Okay, green. Green like my friend.
Yeah, green,
So
green.
at that time, we always have think like, oh, I don't. How if I do like a sort of project outside my 9 to 5 job, right? So that's what I did. But yeah, at that time, I was building a digital creative agency, and then it turned into digital PR agency. So basically, because my background was a journalist, I met a lot of journalists. I met a lot of event organizer. So that's gave me like what do you call that? Experience inside like press conference. So that's why when like that opportunity came, so I took that.
I mean, it's great what you said about you wanted to be relevant because I don't know how many years ago this happened to you. But I don't want to reveal our ages here. Let's not, let's keep it ageless. This is an ageless space. But I really like what you said about upskilling. Cause yeah, that's how you remain relevant, right? And you get to do this all of this outside work, but in a way, it's still kind of tied to work. Not necessarily Green Park, right? But to work because I'm also from a journalism background, as you know. I used to run a food website, a lifestyle website as well. But I remember when I was graduating, my teacher advised. I never got into business, but I remember my teacher advised me to work in a newspaper. And I said, why? I mean, at that time, I was one of 6 students in our university who took the course on online journalism. And I said, why would I want to do the newspaper? I mean, I'm already trained in online journalism. I was writing articles via Twitter and things like that. And I remember she said,
Hmm.
no, but you have to learn the foundations before you can move on. And I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. And I did it for 1 year. So I was in a paper, I was in a broadsheet, like literally broadsheet with ink on my hands for like 1 year. And then I moved to digital. And I realized really that we have that, it's different when you have that print foundation because the style, it's so much easy to adjust and break it down. And I just remembered that when you mentioned like being relevant and future proofing because right now newspapers are so scaled down. They're like 5 sheets, 5 pages left, and I wonder if like I'm still there. Would I be here? Would would I be relevant? So I'm not as prolific as you. I think you're. I don't know. The word is insane. Like you're so intense. Then I want to be just like you when I grow up.
You also swift that, right, Sash? And you feel that upskilling, like staying relevant, is like one of
Mhm.
our mission, right? I mean, like look at people inside Green Park. How many like previously she was a like PM, and then now she is a head of producer. So yeah, something like that. So I think like upskilling and then staying relevant, it's like part of our journey as a human, right? I mean, that's important. But yeah, it doesn't have
Evolution.
evolution, right? Relevancy and being beneficial to like all people around us, it's the most important, I think.
It's like a new frontier, and I'm glad we're also in this profession. I mean, obviously now we do content for different companies, right? So the things
Yeah,
we write are a bit limited, but like
yeah.
in our profession, we learn so much. This is a learning profession, and I
Mm,
think that's also kind of why we're such great learners. Because as a
yeah,
journalist, like you can't pick your assignment. Sometimes your editor,
exactly.
if they assign you to people you don't know or things you don't like, and you have to learn about it to be able to write about it. So we have this trait of openness in our profession, I think.
It's kind of like almost the same, right? So it's like right or die situation. You have to learn if you want to like interview someone that is outside your um I don't know, like outside of your knowledge. I mean, I well, I interviewed like chef before. It's outside my fashion and beauty knowledge, and I have to learn. So yeah, I mean, the ability to always continuously learning. Yeah, I mean, like meet a lot of person, and then openness. That's very important because it's you have to grow. You have to stay relevant, right? I said relevant a lot because that's important for me.
That's our theme now. It's hashtag relevance beyond the work.
Hashtag.
Stay after hours with Beyond the Work. So Ninda, like we're so similar in the sense that what we do outside Green Park content is still work, right? But I want to know, what do you do for fun?
Okay. Well, I watch movies
I like that there's like hesitation there. It's like, okay, what kind of movies? Go.
because one of them is Inception. Still serious.
It's so
But okay,
serious.
okay. Other series that I like is Bridgerton. So yeah.
Oh
So I
my
think
god.
that's
I also binge that. I binge Bridgerton as well. Guilty pleasure. It's
but
so
it's too
bingeable.
bad. Too bad like some of the cast is not longer it's no longer there. The Duke is no
Exactly.
longer there.
The Duke is no longer there, which is upsetting because I feel like he's one of the reasons a lot of people tuned in. But it's okay. There are so many other eye candy characters.
Yeah.
So, what else apart from watching movies? What else do you do for fun?
Music. I always love singing, finding new music in Spotify. I think I cannot function without music. So yeah, that's one of my passion. And then other thing,
Wait, wait, I just have to give a background on that. So I would like all our listeners, viewers to know that Ninda is actually considered Green Park Content's songbird. Like she is our singer, she is a rapper, she loves plays. So we just need to give that background, Ninda. Okay.
yeah.
Go
And then
ahead.
and then when you say rap, oh my god, why I didn't mention about Hamilton?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I watched that for like 100 times maybe, and I don't like remember all the lyrics, but I remember like almost all of the rap. I hope. Yeah.
So you watched the video one, right? The one they recorded. I forgot what you call that, but like the film version of the musical. The one with Lin-Manuel
Correct.
Miranda, the original cast.
Yeah, the
Oh my
original
god.
cast. Yeah,
Yep, that's I have that too. I have
that's
that
really
too.
good.
What's your favorite song there?
Satisfied, and then the first song. It's Hamilton. Eh? I forgot the title.
The
And
Alice, oh
then
my gosh,
who
I'm
live,
not sing.
and then who live, who die, who tell the story, and then here comes the general. What's the title again? I forgot.
I actually don't know the titles. I just know the most basic ones. Like I know I loved Hamilton, but it's not my favorite musical. I appreciate it, but like I have very light-hearted favorite musicals. Considering like our discussion is so heavy, my musical preferences are super lighthearted. Like I love Legally Blonde. If you've seen it,
Uh,
it's so funny. Like that's my shower song. The Oh my god, you guys. That's super my shower song and so much better. And I super love Les Miserables. That is, it's so heavy.
uh,
It's like polar opposites, right? And Legally Blonde is so pink and bubbly, and Les Miserables is so heavy. But I super love it because I'm such a fan of the original Valjean. I'm such a
mm.
huge fan of Colm Wilkinson, and I said like if I give birth to another child, I'm gonna name my child after him because I am so in love with Colm Wilkinson. He's like almost 80, but I'm so in love with him. But Linda, okay, I know that you love music, you love singing, you like watching movies. But what about your love life, Ninda? Do you make time for that? Our viewers
Oh
want to know.
no. Uh, well, my love life is very boring because yeah, right now I don't date anyone, but yeah, I am open to like a lot of possibilities. So yeah.
But do you actively make time not just for your love life, but like for your social life? Do you actively
Mm.
make time for that?
Well, actually, for now, because I'm in my hometown, my time is more to family. But when I back to Jakarta, yeah, I always like hang out. You always can, before pandemic, yeah, you always can find me like in a lot of clubs,
Oh,
club hopper, and then a lot of cafe. But yeah, after pandemic, I stayed home.
stay after hours with Beyond the Work. I'm just curious because, like, for the both of us, what we've been talking about is some of the things I've learned are we're such big nerds. We're such, I'm not gonna say workaholics because I feel like we know how to have fun, but we're just very purposeful people, I think. We know where we want to go. We're very planned people. So I'd like to ask, like, I'm really curious about your perception on work life balance, especially since like you'd still do work in the weekends, right? You do all your extracurricular stuff in the weekend. So what is your opinion on work life balance?
Well, for me, I can give tips. Maybe it's more like you need to like build your own circle that is supporting. So because I live with like two babies here, my nephew and niece.
Yeah.
So yeah, I need to like have my parents there to like give me like one, I don't know, like separate room so I can like finish all my job, things like that. I have a very interesting story
Go.
again. So so I read this 5 a.m. club book. If you know, it's Robin Sharma's
Mm,
basically self-development book, so you can do everything more efficient. So why call 5 a.m. club? Because we need to get up at 5 a.m. every morning and do like a bit of exercise and then do like reflection and learning in the morning. And I already do that for a month right now. If you can see, my eyes is getting darker here. That's why I always like
sleep
um
early.
yeah, I should. But yeah, because I always like wake up at 5. Sometimes I wake up at 6, but because I'm too tired. So yeah, I
Mm,
can feel that if you like finish like most of your important tasks in the morning, so the rest of the day will be easier.
that's true.
That's the key. Yeah. But then the problem is not merely about like waking up at 5. It's about how you can get like a good quality sleep. It should be like 8 hours, 6 to 8,
Yeah, it
right?
is. It should. It should.
Your morning would be that powerful if you don't have like a good rest.
It's not
Correct.
it's not like that, right? You have to learn how to sleep and you have to learn how to sleep well. I don't want to sound like a journal or one of beautyhub.ph's articles. Read beautyhub.ph, guys. But it's you really have to make a conducive environment to sleep. I've gotten really obsessed with candles lately and I feel like that helped me a lot. So you should get candles.
I mean, knowing your habit of sleeping is like knowing yourself. Really, like maybe your style is like like having like a candle. Mine is more like, oh, I love to like hearing things because I'm more into auditory. So yeah,
Yeah.
I, if I can say that, I always listen to like manifesting thingy at night, or maybe a podcast. So yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
understand yourself, understand what makes you relax. You don't have to like copy everyone, right? If like scented candle doesn't work for you, then you can try another thing because it's kind of different. Like
Yeah.
like other people is like reading, maybe like watching TV, or maybe like praying, journaling, something like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, you have to know your style in a way.
Stay after hours with Beyond the Work. So, Linda, after speaking with you, you're one of the busiest people ever. I learned so much from you. Just in sum, right? You can correct me if I'm wrong here, but your two secrets, like the secrets to your success, the secret to being able to do all the things you're able to do is first, it's a good support system. Like I remember you
Yeah.
mentioned like even in Green Park, right? You have a great team that you can rely on. Like you're not babysitting anyone. And then the second is sleep, guys. So all this talk about sleep is making me a bit sleepy. So thank you so much, Ninda. You were a terrific first guest, of course, because you are my first everything in Green Park. So I really would not have had this any other way.
So yeah, thank you for having me here, Sasha.
Thank you for staying with us after hours. You just watched me, Sasha Mariposa, with APAC Managing Editor Ninda Aldilla, and this is an episode of the Green Park Forward podcast, Beyond the Work. Let us know your suggestions, reactions, topics you want me to discuss, people you want me to interview below. Just comment there, right there below. Or you can email us at forwardgpc@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, greenpark.forward on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram at GPC Asia.